Chicago, remember, comes into this game undefeated. Jones with a nice crossover. Took the hit from Suleiman and will go to the free throw line.
What a run. Talk about Payne. Mid-season trade out of Atlanta last year. And he's feeling awfully comfortable from behind the arc. 3 straight makes. 15 points in 13 minutes for AP, the Michigan State Sparty product.
JB, our statistician Steve LeBeau has to look up the record for most points in a quarter. He's got 13 right now in Summer League. Well, folks, the WNBA's 20th season in full swing. Catch it tomorrow at 8 Eastern on ESPN2. Candace Parker and the LA Sparks taking on Tamika Catchings and the Indiana Fever. Two of my favorite players, Candace Parker and Tamika Catchings. Traditionally one of the steals leaders in WNBA play, perennial all-star and MVP. And well, somebody slept on the switch with Candace Parker not being on the U.S. Women's Olympic team.
Let that go.
I can't believe
you will not let it go.
She's one of the top 5 best players in the world.
3 days
Are
now.
we that deep?
You're just harping on it. 22-0 run, by the way.
Listen, my daughter dressed up as Candace Parker on Halloween. Okay,
well,
that means a lot to me.
She's that dear to your heart. That's great. Offensive foul here on Portis in Chicago. They still haven't scored in the quarter. 4 minutes, 18 seconds of nothing, and Minnesota is just rolling. 0 for 8 from the field are the Bulls.
You know, yesterday we saw Chicago struggle, and Des Wells was a guy that got them ignited. Wells right now on the bench. Yeah, they got it started at the defensive end, but Wells entrenched on the bench right now. Whistle before the bucket. As Adrian Payne, in the words of his teammate there watching, Zach LaVine, AP giving him that work right now. Out of Michigan State. Valentine is a former teammate at Michigan State on the other end of things right now. A couple of Sparties out there. Jones blocked by Dinwiddie. Quick hit ahead. Spencer Dinwiddie took the hit and won. So finally the drought comes to an end for the Chicago Bulls.
Really impressive. We got a technical foul here on Portis and Payne. I think they got mixed up after the play, but great block here from Dinwiddie, and Grant with a nice advance and good finish. Really impressed with Spencer Dinwiddie. Came over from Detroit. Didn't really get in a rotation there. I love his size. They're playing him strictly at the point guard position as they're trying to clean up. I think it was Portis and Payne, that little shoving match, or maybe said something, and they're going to get a double T. No big deal. We move on.
Foul on Payne and a technical on.
Oh, just Portis gets the T.
Bobby Portis. So Jones will shoot the free throw.
Now, do they charge you here in the summer?
Depends how well you did last night, if you know what I mean.
I can't imagine. Well, interesting. If you get what is the fine now in the NBA? $1,000 per tech? I think it's $2,500,
isn't it?
Huh? 500? No, that was back in the
there goes your per diem.
Dinosaur years of me.
Yeah, there goes your summer league per diem, if that's the case. Anyway, back to the play here. Dinwiddie at the free throw line, and JB, you look at the Bulls, and we talked in the big picture about their revamped lineup with Wade and Rondo joining Jimmy Butler primarily in the backcourt. Nice tip in by Portis, who is playing well here. You expect them to be a playoff team this year? They missed the playoffs last year.
I would expect they get in, and I think that's had something to do with the acquisitions that they made. They got Dwayne Wade, they got Rajon Rondo, and clearly did not want to go take a step back to take a step forward. Disappointed about last year. Look, it's been a team that's been so unlucky.
Oh, Bobby Portis has been there. Sweet, big time move. But you figure they're going to improve by how many games if they're going to make the playoffs?
Well, I think playoffs is going to be, what, 45 wins? Yeah. Around there, I think you get in. As Bobby Portis gets himself fired up with the technical foul and wants to take it right to Mr. Payne. Great spin and fade. In the previous possession, he gets an offensive board off of a missed free throw.
There's a look at the guys we were referring to a moment ago. Dwayne Wade coming off a season in which he looked as good as he has looked in the last 5 or 6 years. His body was in the best shape in a long time. He told me that he played at his college weight this year in the low 215 area, and his body fat right around 6%.
And more importantly, he played well at the end of the year. He was terrific in the Toronto series that they wound up losing in that series. He was tremendous.
Durable, very durable. Father Time and Father Prime, as we start to call him down in South Florida.
This is going to be strange. It really is.
Portis double teamed that had knocked away, but a foul called. And as for the other half of that newcomer combo, Rondo, if you don't already know, he's been out here all week visiting with the Chicago Bulls coaching staff. Has spent some time with Fred Hoiberg watching tape. Spent some time with his new teammates on the bench during games, ingratiating himself to his new teammates, and coming off a season in which statistically in the assist department he was almost unmatched as Grant knocks down the jump shot.
And I talked to Fred Hoiberg a couple days ago, and I think he's going to give Rondo a long leash and allow him to make a lot of the play calls and trust the fact that his basketball knowledge is superior to what Fred Hoiberg has had in the past. So we all know Rondo's had some difficulties with some coaches, with some teammates. He's on a one-year deal in essence. And he's going to have to prove something here as Silas gets the nice finish with the left. Well, it's a big year for him.
Rondo, one of the NBA's assist leaders last year, and everybody knows about the relationship he had in Dallas, which turned toxic late and ended on a very sour note. But nice bounce back season last year as Dinwiddie gets fouled going to the bucket by Silas, taking him to the free throw line.
I like Dinwiddie, especially with that size, 6'6". He really does have good point guard skills. Gets to the rim and can really cause problems at that point guard position.
JB,
maybe posting up a little bit, you know?
The NBA becoming a lot more positionless. That's still kind of the trend.
Just be a basketball player, right?
Dinwiddie kind of fits into that mold.
He does. We watched Hollis Jefferson the other day with Brooklyn, who, we were wondering what kind of position does he play. He was playing some point. Looked like he's got the size of a three-man, but yeah, just be a basketball player and, be good at all the areas. Right. That's how I see Denzel Valentine. He's just a basketball player. I don't think he does one thing particularly great. I just think he's very good in every aspect of the game.
Valentine and the Bulls down by 6. Chicago in the middle of a 10-2 run. And I haven't heard your Valentine yet. Haven't heard your reference to 48 hours yet, JB. Or
Valentine.
There it is.
Feeling good,
On
Billy
cue.
Ray. There's Billy Ray.
Valentine, offensive foul.
Well, here he is doing the same thing that we've seen. I've had this team 4 times. Valentine scoreless again to this point, as you see. Yeah. I'm all right with it, I guess. Good play by Tyus Jones. Tyus went to Duke. You know how to take a charge if you go to Duke.
He went to the Shane Battier school.
Oh, yeah.
Taking charges and learning how to fall.
That's right. Well, Valentine 0 for 3, 0 for 2 from 3. No points. He was scoreless in the semifinal yesterday and wound up with 13 in the second half.
Well, he has mom and dad here watching again. Carlton Valentine, former Michigan State player. Nice move underneath by Jared Famous.
I had dinner next to his parents last night at Red 8 that you guys recommended. It's fabulous food. I thought you were going to pick up the tab too, but
there was a reason
that didn't happen.
I couldn't get in my pockets. Yeah, those alligator arms.
Yeah, you went Wally Gator on me.
Grant, they've got numbers, and Portis might have gotten away with a little bit of a walk, but missed anyway. Look at Portis sprint back on defense. Got to love that. Silas in transition. Butter. It's a 9-point lead for the T-Wolves.
He had an opportunity to kick that in the corner to an open shooter, so you better make that one good to great, right?
Yep.
San Antonio Spurs mantra. Pass up a good one to give your teammate a great one, but Silas knocks it in, and Minnesota restoring order.
Part of the great thing about being in Vegas, seeing USA Basketball's national team preparing earlier today. I had a chance to get over there and watch a little bit. Tibbs barking out, ice, 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 right?
Oh, of course. It's all
Klay Thompson,
about the D.
Kyrie Irving, former opponents just a month ago, now teammates on USA Basketball squad. And
you forget how big, like I was in the casino the other day just walking through. Kevin Durant walks through out of the elevator, and throngs of people, cell phones out, video. I mean, you forget how just huge these guys are, and how people just love to get a glimpse as you see the team.
See the roster right there, and the accessibility to the basketball players and stars and management here in Las Vegas is a big part of the reason why you should all come out and enjoy it. A couple of Raptors there, DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, Irving, George, Thompson in the backcourt. That team is loaded and obviously favored for gold in Brazil. And congratulations for the last, well, going back to 2008, the last 8 years, to Jerry Colangelo and Mike Krzyzewski for restoring gold to USA basketball, doing a phenomenal job. Payne cooling off a little bit now in this quarter, JB. He had 13 in the period at one point, stuck on that now.
Yeah, missed his last couple. Oh, Grant had a layup.
Yeah, maybe a little too unselfish. Suggs there missing the tip.
Good job by Grant to not give up on that play. He turned it over. You see what Hustle does right there. Yeah. He prevented that easy opportunity for Suggs.
And Bobby Portis had a seal and drew the foul on Tyus Jones.
How about Felicio? See the defender slough off, and he says, okay, you give me the lane, and I'll give you the throwdown.
Brazilian. Pete Myers tells me that he's got great basketball IQ and is always in the right place when he has to be, and speaks very good fluent English too, which is a plus. Sometimes that doesn't really matter though, JB, because basketball is kind of a universal language unto itself, right?
It's true. I played with some guys that spoke very little English over my time.
Vlade and
Vlade was fine. Yao Ming.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But
what was his English
Yao
like?
was very coy. You see, he acted like he didn't speak very well.